I'm not going to give you a question.
Can you stay categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
Go ahead.
What's going on, guys? Jono Bowles here. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your week. Originally, I was going to post up a vlog edit there, some of the surfing and other festivities we got up to over the weekend there. But with the election results and everything that's going on, I actually thought it would be a good idea to switch over to the finance side and cover some of the concepts of how I'm going to be investing with Biden as president. Starting off, shout out to Biden there for winning the president election. I know everyone has different views, but either way, you know, the man came through. He beat the Make America Great Again team.
I'm going to give you a question.
Can you stay categorically?
You are fake news.
Sir.
And we're on to new things. Despite whether you are a Democrat or Republican, you do know when it switches from Democrat to Republican, there will be different rules and regulations, especially in regards to money. And I just wanted to cover some of those to get a better idea of how to better understand the markets and which way they'll be moving in the coming years. The first thing we know about Biden is he has a much more socialist approach to the economy. Unlike Trump, he's trying to remove some of the tax cuts he gave and look to help the average middle-class American. Focusing on his four primary sectors, he's going to be focusing on healthcare and in much regards to COVID, infrastructure, and building more of a socialist-based economy there, especially with resources. We're going to be focusing on renewable energy, as he's mentioned, to try and push away from oil and gas. And add on to the healthcare, Biden greatly supports medical marijuana and that industry, so you should see the cannabis sector booming as well. Some further points to note, Biden, it is unknown, but we do assume he will have better relations with China and other countries. So ideally we can hope for better imports and exports and maybe remove some of the tariffs to help better globalization and let the economy prosper more. As well, talk about oil and gas. With Biden pushing for renewable energy, oil and gas is going to have a lot more taxes and fees put onto their carbon emissions, and that will definitely take a chunk out of their profits. Another thing to note, Biden mentioning strengthening and protecting the Dodd-Frank Act, and this in easiest terms relates heavily to banks and tighten their options on how they can use their money and just overall operate. This may not have major impacts towards banks, but it may hinder their quarterly growth. This is good to take into effect when looking to invest in them and just seeing their dividend yields. One of the largest things I looked at when he mentioned was implementing a financial transaction tax. This would lower trading volume and thus sink liquidity in the market, making what I do a lot harder. Pray for Mitch McConnell to protect our capital gains. Looking into the Medicare section of it, Biden supports Medicare for those who want it policy and looks to increase subsidies to be able to get Class A coverage. This is a good call in my books because it doesn't force money to people who don't want it, thus not wasting money as much, but still gives people the opportunity to get this health coverage if they do desire it. If anything, Biden's calmer approach to politics may, in the end, favor the stock market by removing a lot of its unknown volatility. A lot of this came from Trump's tweets, tariffs, and trade wars he had with neighboring countries. Trade wars with China greatly dropped the major indexes, but becoming partners with them and helping recover from COVID may be what the country needs right now. Personally, I've pushed my portfolio heavily into renewables, focusing on both producers of battery materials, as well as clean energy producers and suppliers. So looking at each section, I was just looking to quickly cover an ETF that I'd recommend if you're looking to invest in this. Personally, I'm not going to get into detail of individual stocks, but if you are looking to invest in a broad sector of the market, I strongly recommend one of these indexes. Some of them pool dozens of stocks together and gives you a little chunk of each one, giving you a little protection from volatility and kind of gets you the overall feel of the market in that sector. So right off the bat, talking about wheat stocks is probably the riskiest side of it. Many of those cannabis companies have dropped 50% since their initial peak back in about 2017, 2018 when the hype began. If I had to go for an ETF in this sector, it would either be MJ or YOLO. Both of these do have funny names associated with them, and there is a lot of risk to be taken with them. I personally don't invest in cannabis companies anymore. I stick away from pharmaceutical, biomedical, and cannabis companies in general. I just find the legal restrictions with them either getting accepted or denied to be able to disperse their product is something that's not favorable for me. I like concrete evidence and a solid growth. It's way too risky for me to see approval of the health authorities to release a product and just get shut down and lose 50% in a day. Looking into infrastructure, I would recommend IFRA. This heavily focuses on the US, but you are looking at a lot of your infrastructure. You're going to be looking at your water, your roadways, your waste management, and it will pool it all together, so you won't have to worry about commission fees investing in each individual stock. Looking at healthcare, I would recommend IYH. It's another ETF. It kind of just covers the general vicinity of healthcare in the US, with them transitioning towards more of a Medicare plan. That's something that Obama had. It is definitely, it's going to have its ups and downs in the short swings. If Biden can successfully transition the healthcare plans from what Trump has made it to what he's trying to get, this could be a very good index to have in the long run. I do see a lot of volatility in the short term of it, just with transitioning periods, so I would be a little bit more cautious on this. And for the renewable energy sector, these would be my personal favorites. I would recommend ICLN or TAN. They're both focused in the States. Each of them have over 1 billion market cap, and they're pretty safe overall. You're not going to see too much volatility, especially with the push towards renewable energy. I would strongly recommend getting into this sector. You aren't going to see this sector decrease, especially if you have some of these companies that already have a concrete base and have been making profits year over year. Well, that's about it. Shout out to Biden once again for winning the election there. Huge congrats to him. Love him or hate him, but he did it. Got the 270 seats he needed.
You are fake news, sir.
And yeah, thanks for watching. As always, I am going to slowly be straying away from the finance videos here. I will have an official financial advisor job as of 2020, so I am looking to educate some of you guys just a little bit further. And once I have more qualified understanding of a lot of these backgrounds, just give you guys a better understanding and just help manage your money in 2021. 2020 was definitely not ideal, but let's make 2021 the year of success, the year of prosper. A lot of stocks hit rock bottom. Some of us hit rock bottom. There's only one way to go from there, and that's up. So let's make the most of it. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay sendy, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.